What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris, going to be casting game number 2 between Tactical Surprise on the Radiant BCP, CBP, whatever, letters, on the Dire. Sorry for, messing up in that last game. Had a blue screen of death, so can't really do that, so I didn't get to the draft, but hopefully we'll have a full draft this time without being rudely interrupted by hardware issues. That damn hardware issue is getting me every single time. But we have another draft going on. We have Bag of Chips and Pepperoni. Actually, respect banning. The Bristleback Viper is a hero that you don't really see banned first all too often, though is going to be banned. Lots of respect towards Darky. I don't really know if the Bristleback is worthy of a respect ban. I mean, he's a very strong hero, though Lion's Bristleback last game wasn't that troublesome to deal with. Like, they locked him down, they killed him a couple times. It wasn't that deadly.
10 seconds remaining.
Though it is going to be banned out regardless. This will give CBP Timbersaw as well as Visage really like S+ tier heroes in those two. Timbersaw, of course, being that's almost impossible to kill yet, will be able to 100-0 you hero, and then Visage possibly looking to pair up with another roamer, or just play that babysit role and then keep Timbersaw, keep Timbersaw by himself and without any support. And that's usually like decent enough. You could usually get away with doing something like that. Though in the current metagame, the mid lane heroes, they are like kind of reliant on getting support from their side lanes. Like, it's just a thing that happens. If they don't do it, then they usually just fall behind because the other team is definitely doing it. So Tactical Surprise gonna go with the Bane Alchemist. The Bane was banned out for them last time. They did take the Alchemist very highly, and this time they will be able to pair that up with, I guess, their ideal combination, then ban out the Slark right after. So Alchemist Bane is it's a combination that has withstood the test of time. Nightmare into shake the potion down to as low as you can get it, into hit them with a huge chunk of damage. Now, last game they had the Shadow Demon to kind of do the same thing, though you don't really have the flexibility with the Shadow Demon. If you get the Shadow Demon, if you get the disruption off a little bit mistimed or whatever, then you stun your own Alchemist, and then you're sad, and then it doesn't go well. But Bane, you do have that flexibility to say, okay, well, we're just gonna chuck the stun and then run, and then get the damage that we can and not engage. And Shadow Demon really doesn't let you have that. Bag of Chips, gonna respect ban that Shadow Shaman, Pugna, Death Prophet, Slark, all heroes that we saw at the last game, and so this game we're at least guaranteed to be seeing a very different game, which I'm completely okay with. A lot of respect, though, being thrown out between these two teams. This is going to force them to play a very different game. Like, already CBP picking up two heroes that they didn't even touch last game. They actually banned out the Visage, I believe, and the Timbersaw. Or, they were banned out, let's say. I don't know if they necessarily banned them out. And Tactical Surprise, they will be running with the Alchemist once again, which I'm assuming will be picked up once again by 2FB. Some pretty aggressive roaming in the early mid stage of the game, and it was effective, so, it worked. Always locking down that mid lane Pugna. Ultimately, the Pugna just locked down to the point where, yes, he could take down towers, but if you just flick him, he will die. And they flicked him, and he died. As promised. So what does CBP want? Where do they want to go with this? They could go for their secondary supports, Venomancer, Venomancer, CM, those types of things. That won't be that much damage. They're going to go for a Rubik, so it looks like though their roaming is okay, very lockdown heavy, it's not really that damage heavy. There's definitely more damage heavy combinations that they can pick up. And Tactical Surprise with the Bane pickup, gonna go with the Mirana straight after. Usually you see Mirana picked up first, but hey, as long as the combo is there, it's there. That is a very devastating set of heroes right there. That's a pretty much insta-kill tri-lane. They could even do a little bit of flexible things, like they could run the Bane Mirana as a roaming combination. I personally think the Alchemist goes a little bit better with the Bane, but hey, it doesn't really matter because you'll be able to get the roam regardless. And CBP, going with the Visage as well as Rubik, they'll be able to lock down another mid hero, whoever's up on the other end of that mid lane. For now, they're going to take the Luna, so I think it's going to be super defensive play from CBP. Use the Rubik, use the Visage just to protect that Luna. Though if they do end up running Tri-v-Tri, it's not going to be terrible for them, but it's not going to be the greatest either. I mean, Mirana, Bane, Alchemist is an absolutely terrifying tri-lane to face up against, and Luna is pretty damn soft. She doesn't have the luxury of being able to leap out of there like the Mirana has. So Tri-v-Tri, got to give slight edge to the Tactical Surprise side. Of course, that means someone will be going, 1v1 with a Timbersaw, and that's never really fun. With Viper already out of the pool, there's not many heroes that could comfortably go toe-to-toe with the Timbersaw and really be comfortable with that. They could try to survive with it, but it's always a little bit iffy. So they need an offlane hero. Both teams actually need a mid hero, and unfortunately, looks like CBP gonna be forced to pick up their mid hero first if Tactical pick up their offlane. I think they go for Elder Titan here. Tactical. I mean, Elder Titan versus Timbersaw isn't the best matchup for the Elder Titan, but Timbersaw shouldn't crush the Elder Titan to the point of, okay, Bounty Hunter's fine too. That's a perfectly capable matchup. But yes, now CBP, they're going to be forced to pick up a mid lane hero before Tactical Surprise, so Tactical will have the chance to counterpick. It's just something that happens, and it's something that you just have to deal with. No way around it, guys. No way around it. They're waiting for their ban. This is a really awkward standoff phase, because there is some roaming there's going to be roaming from both ends to the mid lane. So it's just a matter of what are we comfortable with in the mid lane. Could we run something that's a little bit more odd? Something like a Storm Spirit would be pretty good, I would say. Get another guaranteed stun, because right now they only have that Rubik for that Mirana as well as Bounty Hunter, though it looks like they themselves are going to ban out that Storm Spirit, so I guess that is off the table. Getting some initiation, though, I think will benefit the CBP side immensely. So right now they really don't have any, aside from catching someone out with a stray telekinesis. Tactical Surprise. They could choose to ban out a Puck or something like that, which I think would be a pretty good way of spending their ban. Like it's going to be TA instead, so maybe they themselves want to pick up something like a Puck. TA is generally really good against that. Really good against Puck, just because Puck is a very bursty mid lane hero, doesn't have the damage over time from a Shadow Strike or something like that. So the mid lane standoff. Let's see how this is going to end. I don't really know. I mean, it's at this point, yes, CBP need a little bit of initiation, but I think it really just comes down to what they're most comfortable with. Just pick the hero that you feel the most confident with, and then that will probably give you your best chance of winning the lane, and then hopefully for them, because they need it to survive in this tournament, the game after that. Win the lane, win the game. So they're going to take their time with it. Tactical Surprise at this point have a huge edge right now. Being able to counterpick mid lane heroes is absolutely huge. There are mid lane heroes that are hard to counterpick against, such as Queen of Pain. But for the most part, no matter what you do, you'll be able to, if you have the second pick, get a slightly favorable matchup. And a Slardar. Okay, mid lane Timbersaw. Yeah, they're gonna run aggro. They're gonna put Slardar solo. They'll get the amplified damage, and they'll be able to spot the Bounty Hunter. Well, that's a thing, I guess. But now Tactical Surprise, they, I don't know if they've lost their advantage from having that mid lane second pick, or if they have gained a completely new advantage because of Slardar's on the other end.
10 seconds
But I have yet to see Slardar being used very effectively ever, I don't think. It's a hero that needs a lot of farm to get going. Needs a Blink Dagger, and then needs to get tanky, and then needs to do damage all at the same time. You need a lot of gold for that. If you get a couple kills early on, yeah, you'll be able to crush the mid game. But unlike his other fishy counterpart, Slardar is most likely not going to contribute as much to the mid game. Blink Crush really is going to be the best tool for them. But wow, Slardar, how does this fit into their lanes? They need still a mid lane hero. Timbersaw, I think, is the best one to do it. But then you have Luna and Slardar. They could run dual lane, something like that, and then Wind Ranger being their response from Tactical Surprise, getting even more stuns out on the board. And this game just got a little bit interesting, guys. Just a little bit. Just a little bit interesting. I think Jenkins was playing the mid lane before. Though that doesn't really mean too much with a Timbersaw pickup. It's very much so a hero that you put the player that could play the hero onto the hero rather than the lane. You put the player that could play the hero onto that hero over the person who usually plays the lane into the lane that the hero is going to go to. Jesus, that is quite a way around it, but they're going to go for a very early level 1 smoke. Their level 1 is actually pretty damn impressive. Slardar adds a lot. Nusham, of course, with the telekinesis to open everything up as well. And then you, of course, have Taba with the damage, Jenkins with the damage on top of that. They're going to run into a tri-lane, but their tri-lane, the tri-lane that they're going to run up against is going to be a little bit dangerous for them, possibly, unless they just take a really tight angle, in which case it'll be beneficial for them. But it looks like they're not going to do anything with that smoke. Going to get into the jungle really quickly, yes. That's something. It is something indeed, but I don't think they're going to find anyone right now. They're going to put a pretty aggressive ward down, and then we'll see how these lanes shape up. But until that point, let's go over who's playing what on the tactical side. Oh wait, we have to change the HUD first so it doesn't look like crap. Oh god, did I freeze? What? Are you kidding me? My game froze. You gotta be shitting me. I'm still broadcasting. The game is just frozen. What? Alright guys, we're back into it, though it looks like our open mic is no longer open. Let's open this up again, and we should be fine to go. So it's a good thing I didn't miss any first blood, but we're going to have a 1v1 matchup in the mid lane. Mercury on the Wind Ranger versus Jenkins on the Timbersaw. Trading hits blow for blow right now. Jenkins with that reactive armor ultimately will get a slight edge over this lane, but he'll be able to run at Mercury and do stuff like that, but Mercury, he will be able to constantly poke at the Timbersaw, and with reactive armor, it's always a little bit difficult. Looks like everyone's having some issues. Good, so it's not just me. This lane, I don't really think I could say with confidence which way it's going to go necessarily, just because you rarely see Wind Ranger in the mid lane, and it's rarely ever against the Timbersaw. So I think Timbersaw should have a slight edge in this lane, depending on how the supports roam. But the supports are probably going to have their hands full. So I think Timbersaw, a slight win. But Mercury should be able to get his farm. Probably shouldn't die. Looking at this top lane, we have Lion going to be playing on the Bounty Hunter, going to go toe-to-toe with Shredder. In this particular matchup, though Bounty Hunter is usually pretty good at forcing heroes out of the lane if he gets an Orb of Venom or something, Slaughter is really tanky, and he can just stun and turn this around on Lion. So I think this lane is going to go slightly towards Shredder. I mean, he has a lot of armor. He has just as much health. Has more damage, I believe. Slightly more, yeah. Slightly more damage. Slaughter should have this lane on lockdown. So, of course, that leaves the last hope for Tactical's lanes on the bottom lane. Darky playing that Mirana. We have Joyko on the Bane. 2FB once again on the Alchemist. Back to Fiction on the Luna. Nusham playing that Rubik, and then recently reconnected Tabo on the Visage. So, are we going? Yeah, guys, just hit that button. There we go. In this particular lane, they have a crushing edge. Luna, as good as she is in a tri-lane, it's not really comparable to this very, very aggressive tri-lane from Tactical. I say aggressive tri-lane, and they're not actually like laning it as an aggressive tri-lane. It's actually technically CBP, which are laning it as an aggressive tri-lane, but Tri-v-Tri, it's going to go towards... Are you kidding me? Tri-v-Tri, it is going to go towards the Radiant. It should go towards the Radiant. Guys... Come on, guys. Alright, so it looks like everyone's having a couple of issues, which is fine. But yeah, on this bottom lane, CBP will have the poking edge. The Lunar Blessing will give them that. And everyone's disconnecting. Remake. It's time to remake, guys. Yeah, they'll have the poking edge. They'll have the last hitting edge. You can see the huge damage differential. 68 damage versus 49 is no joke when you're trying to last hit. However, at a certain point, Tactical will just be like, screw it, we're going to go kill you. Charge up stun, set up with the Nightmare. Now, Nusham as well as Taba will be able to drag that Nightmare away from their Luna. However, the stun is guaranteed to land, and the arrow is a high percentage chance to land. But not much else to say about this. Yeah, CBP. Let's start our pick. Looking to lock down that Bounty Hunter. Not only will he do it later on with that amplified damage, but also be able to do it in lane. Bounty Hunter I don't really think could stand toe-to-toe with Shredder. Especially with Shredder packing that Quelling Blade. Lion, going really, really light on the items. Has 502 gold without spending... I mean, he's gotten a couple creep kills, 3 creep kills, but it's a lot of gold right now, so he didn't spend much of his money. Don't really know why. Possibly for a fast Orb of Venom? But he could have already gotten that. I don't really know. Could be any number of things. That's right. Now I have to restart Dota. It's fine now, but paused. Just explaining stuff to the stream. I'm going to cut the recording right now, and we'll restart that when we are back back out of the pause. Alright guys, we're getting right back into it. And we have a lane. Joico, you probably should move, man. Okay, let's see how good mannered Factor Fiction is. Because he could hit Joico for free, but that's off of an AFK. Now, if you're really good manner, you step away and let him not take damage. But Factor Fiction may not be that good of a person. Because, you know, you kind of have to win this game if you want to win, if you want to keep going. Oh, we also have to do this stupid Genuine Valor. There we go. So the HUD looks good. And Factor Fiction. Oh, him and Nusham both looking to get as much value as possible off of an AFK opponent. But that's, you know, you can't blame him for that. You can't blame him for that. Alright, so all eyes going on to this bot lane. Timbersaw, as well as Slaughter, both capable of getting kills on the other lanes. No, that'll be a little bit easier to spot out than this, which could be a very, very bursty engagement. And do they want to go for it? There's not too many creeps for the Radiant, so I think going for it is going to be a mistake now. Next creep wave, possibly. They need a creep wave in support if they're going to go for this. And, well, Joico going to look for a Nightmare. He will find it as well, but instantly will be pulled off by Nusham if they need to do so. There you go. But now Nusham is going to be the one in trouble. Stunned up. Darky is going to land up an arrow, but it's not going to get thrown, actually. Going to lift up into the air. Has a point and leap. Needs to use it right now. He will get out of there. Will be able to salve up, but Joico taking a lot of poke damage. Ass is doing quite a bit as well. However, ultimately, it's just everyone taking damage. No arrow coming out, though. That's really the big thing. Mirana didn't have an angle for it. Nusham. Oh, well, an arrow will be thrown regardless, and miss. That would have been an easy 5 seconds, and then an easy kill. As it stands right now, the lanes will continue to be even. Mercury still going toe-to-toe with Jenkins. Jenkins going to be maxing out that Whirling Death. Will be able to push Wind Ranger back pretty heavily. Though she will have her bottle soon enough, and unless she has it right now and it's on the courier. No, bottle's still not up, but Nightmare onto Factor Fiction will get channeled to Tabo, and it will get actually stunned onto Tabo from the arrow, but Nusham takes the concoction. Darky going to get Nightmared up as well. Has a leap again, needs to use it. No, he's actually going to go for Factor Fiction. No, a Fade Bolt. He doesn't leap. Why doesn't he leap? 2 FB now. Grave chilled up. He's going to get Soul Assumption down. That's 2 kills for this tri-lane. And Joico going to try to kill Tabo before he goes down, but it's not going to happen either. It's a triple kill on the bottom lane that I said was going to favor Tactical. All because of these high-ranged heroes. Not because they have a lot of damage or whatever, just because they're high-ranged. Being able to take off Nightmares and really just sway the flow of Tactical's tempo, such a huge asset for them. They wanted to go for Factor Fiction. They saw it was going to be pulled off the Nightmare. Then all of a sudden it's like, who do we go for then? So the plus damage from level 2 Lunar Blessing, plus 22. No joke when you're getting that many free right clicks in. And Darky unable to land these arrows on the people he wants to, at least. That's going to give Luna 1 kill, 2 assists, a monstrous start to this hero. That's going to be a 6-minute, 5-minute-ish Midas. They're going to try to go for the mid lane now, and I think that's a little bit more plausible. Jenkins actually has level 3 Timber Chain. It's very, very difficult to get a kill on him, unless he just walks very, very far up, and he might actually pay for it. Stun being charged. Nightmare will cancel off the Timber Chain, which I think missed anyway. Mercury can get a power shot right into the face. Shackle shot for good measure, but a Brain Sap will do him in. In the meantime, bottom lane, all the support's going to rejoin that fight. Darky being left to his own devices. He's got to be a little bit careful. Telekinesis will not be enough stun duration to kill him off. A leap will bail him out 9 times out of 10. But he still has to be careful regardless, because taking all that damage for free, not what you want to have happen. Thing with this top lane, Shredder, staying completely even with Lion, actually. The lane is almost a complete wash. Of course, Bounty Hunter, once he gets level 6, will be able to leave the lane, and he probably should leave the lane. His allies really need this gold, especially the bot lane. After dying 3 times, yeah, that's not really what you want to have happen. So they need that track gold to get right back into it, and they'll have that track gold to accelerate. However, as far as Tactical's lineup goes, they're very, very mid-game heavy. If they don't win during the mid-game, they're screwed. They're going to be up against a Luna Slardar. You cannot win against that as with a Mirana primary carry. Now stun onto Nusham. It will get channeled off onto Tabo, though. Darky lining up an arrow, and it will completely whiff once again. Nusham, though, taking just a huge beating from these right clicks. Leap forward from Darky. He will trade his life though. Burst down in an instant. Tabo dropping a huge soul assumption. Now Joico on the way out. 2FB chasing him down, looking for a stun someone. The neutral is getting in on there as well. Now the soul assumption will kill off that Bane. And now 2FB in a little bit of a position as well. Tabo gets double kill. Top lane gets a kill as well. And a courier dies. Whose courier dies? It is going to be the Radiance courier that dies. Tactical get nothing. Holy crap. Where did the courier die? I don't know. Could we find out? Do I remember how to do this? I don't know how to do it. Yes, I do. It was right. What are you doing here, courier? What? Why are you there? Wind Ranger dying on the mid lane? Yeah, CBP just have everything going for them. Why is the courier over here? I have no freaking clue, man. Lion dropping solo to Slardar. And once again, this aggressive lane from Tactical, not able to get anything done. Joico gonna get a Nightmare onto Visage. Stun being... No, there is no stun. Remember, there is no stun. Tabo will Grave Chill and then just book it. No arrow, and Tabo looks like he will be able to live. If there was a stun, this guy would be very dead. Though, Brain Sap, he is very dead regardless. Right clicks into Brain Sap. It's a good combination. Taking a look back at this mid lane. They're even on as far as CS goes, but Mercury getting killed solo by Jenkins.
Regeneration.
Power shots and everything like that, but power shots trading with Chakram. Wind Ranger unfortunately wasting a regen rune there. It was, I think, just timed out, so it was accidental, but, you know, what are you going to do? Still the lanes hold, not much roaming. Lion, I think, would probably want to get out of this lane. He's still getting some good farm, as is Slardar. But ultimately, Bounty Hunter's more mid-game. Slardar is more late-game. If you have an even farming fest between Slardar and Bounty Hunter, Slardar is going to be happy with that one. It's a matter of time before we see rotations out. I think Tactical, they have to start making these fights happen. They need teleportation scrolls, which currently they do not. They have one on Bounty Hunter. They need teleportation scrolls. They need to be able to lock down this Luna. Luna, Timbersaw, and as well as Slardar, all leading the way as far as CS goes. Now Darky, you know, you're just taking beams. You have to base now at this point. You chuck an arrow, hope it hits, and then base. There's nothing you can do to get around that. We do have Lion finally leaving that lane, though. Killing Jenkins will be very, very difficult. Shackle will land, but you know, you're not going to follow up on that. Not a chance. So Jenkins going to stick around just a little bit more. The ward does spot 2 FB, so Jenkins will, or should play very safe. Mercury just needs to look for a Shackle. Has level 3 on it. If he lands it onto Jenkins, Jenkins might just be dead. But teleportation support coming in. Visage is here. Yeah, and, well, Tactical, they're wasting so much time right now. 2FB not even moving, getting literally nothing done. Bane, same thing. Mercury gets a regen rune, which is all well and good, but they need to kill these heroes. They need kills right now. That's what their lineup is supposed to be doing. Get kills. Don't stop getting kills. Rinse, repeat. Stun's being charged onto Jenkins, but yeah, the power shot scouted out that Visage. Mercury's aggression once again is stymied. You look back at this bottom lane. It's now a 2v2 lane. Still, though, with the advantage that Luna has had, power treads, Ring of Aquila, nuking down Darky for free. It's a lot of damage, but here comes Joico looking for a Nightmare. Gonna eat an Eclipse to the face, though. Yeah, he's just gonna die. Surprise! Luna's level 7. Feed that many kills, he's going to get big, and Darky unable to help out. Took a beam for his buddy, but ultimately that actually didn't do anything except for put more damage onto the Mirana. 3 for 8. CBP looking very, very good so far to take this game. They're not supposed to have this early edge, but they do. I guess this is the power of a Timbersaw, and I guess a favorable matchup for Slardar. If they had a stronger mid lane hero, they'd be able to get a lot more done, but they didn't. And now Joico going to get burst down yet again. Brain Sap will hold him out, as well as a set of stick charges, but that won't be enough. Back to Fiction getting tracked up, but the huge Timbersaw plays, doing some pretty heavy damage. Teleportation coming in. It's going to be Mercury looking for a Shackle on the Fact to Fiction, possibly. Power Shot going to fly, as is the Star Storm. Shackle Shot will land the Fact to Fiction, and the Track Gold will flow starting now. They're going to wind run forward looking for another Shackle, but here comes Tabo from the back end. Jenkins getting hit with a huge stun and power shot to boot. Jenkins will drop from the stun being channeled by 2FB. Just throw it! Throw it! Why do you know throw it? He's going to stun Shredder, but Jenkins might actually live because of that mistake. Power shot will not do it. I don't know what happened with 2FB there. Someone got denied somewhere. I don't know how, but Mercury going to get crushed up. Tabo's right there as well with a Soul Assumption. That'll do him in. Oh, Alchemist committing suicide. Okay, that's how that happened. But Alchemist didn't throw the stun onto Timbersaw. That was just so greedy. Like, That is next level greed, like level a million greed. Like, holy crap, they could have killed off Jenkins. Maybe there was some fogging going on, but it didn't look like it. It really didn't look like it at all. And CBP, they just extend their lead more and more. There was a couple track kills there. I know there was at least one. But that's not going to be enough. Because already, 10 minutes into the game, there's a 5,000 golden experience lead. That is, you know, good luck overcoming that. It's going to be near impossible. And they do have the tools to do it, but still, just being that far back, they need track kill after track kill after track kill. This is a good way to start. Another kill on the Fact of Fiction on the top lane. That will give them more track. And now Lion might get crushed, though. Shredder going to come in, looking for a shackle. Where's the shackle? There it is on Shredder. Though the Timbersaw is here. Goodbye, Lion. It was nice knowing you. And Shredder just a little bit too tanky. Wind Ranger can't really do much about that. In the meantime, bottom lane 2FB once again holding stun for too long. Tabo will get Nightmared up, but the Familiar's still alive, and the Nightmare has been stolen by Rubik. There's the Nightmare. Familiars. Does he want to get in on this? Looks like not. So Joico tempting fate a little bit too much right now. I think he's just got to be careful. He does have Darky to support him, but the arrows haven't really been landing. They have been landing on the wrong people. That's not very useful, is it? 5 to 15. CBP absolutely crushing this game so far. And well, here we go. Nightmare into Tabo. Trading with a Grave Chill. Arrow gonna fly, though taken off by the Familiars, and Tabo will once again walk to FB. Channeling the stun, will throw it. Acid down as well, doing some pretty good damage to Visage, though Factor Fiction is here. Has an Eclipse as well. Gonna be a huge pain fest on this bottom lane. Lion is spotted by a Sentry Ward. Now he knows it as well. Bottom lane tower. It's going to be heavily defended by the tactical side, but this is just letting Jenkins get free farm. He's having the time of his life. Top lane, Shredder's having the time of his life. He's going for an armlet. This Slaughter is going to be hitting like an absolute truck.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Would have liked to see a Blink Dagger, actually, from the Slaughter, our first item. I mean, he has 64 CS, 2 kills and an assist. It's not like he's going to have trouble getting that gold up. Here we go. Huge, huge Moonlight Shadow attempts, but yeah, unfortunately, it won't work. There's a Sentry. And now Sentry Ward's going to get jacked. Did he steal them? Were they picked up? I don't know. No, they were picked up. 2FB going to channel a stun. He's going to think about going one way, think about another. Eclipse is going to be thrown. Only one beam will hit. They're going to catch Timbersaw in the jungle meanwhile. They'll kill him off. Here comes Shredder, however. Fade Bolt going to fly, and 2FB going to get crushed up. All but guaranteed. Shredder, shackle shot will not land. 2FB going to lift up in the air. One more hit will do him in. There he goes. Shredder still wants blood. First hit bash onto Mercury. Why not? Soul Shum to follow up. That'll kill him off. Factor Fishing on the front lines, leading the chase towards Darky. He's pretty quick on that Tiger guy, but Lucent Beam slowing him down. Shredder only has a matter of time before he catches up with Sprint. Darky is good as dead. There's another Lucent Beam. Arrow gonna fly. Joico coming right in, sacrificing themselves to the CBP gods. It's a double kill for Tabo, and 6 to 20 with better late game on the CBP side. Tactical are going to call GG. Not surprising at all. 13 minutes in, and CBP put up an absolute clinic on how to beat an opponent down. GG has been called, guys. We're going to move on to a game number 3 to decide who's going to go to the grand finals. I don't know the status of the other semifinals. We actually checked real fast. Looks like it's, I don't know what it is, but it should be coming up soon. I'm assuming they're on game number 3 or 2. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Sorry for the pauses. This game was actually more pause and draft than actual playing. But what are you going to do? GG.